Hey loves, this is Magda K, and today I want to talk about the boundaries. So, this is such a big topic anytime we talk about sexuality because so often it happens that the boundaries are being crossed, or in fact, they're not even set in the first place. So, especially, these days we hear so much about women being touched and treated in a way that they don't want to. We hear stories about a woman not feeling empowered to say that something doesn't feel right. So, of course, we have to talk about boundaries. But on one hand, seeing everything that's happening, we have people advocating very strict boundaries. This is a no, and it's a categorical no. While other people say that actually this is not really natural because when you have such strict boundaries, when you have to ask for permission for everything, then it kills spontaneity. And without that, without this element of just going with the flow, you cannot actually have fulfilling sexuality because there needs to be a moment of just letting go. So where are we with these two? What's the case? And frankly, I actually really disagree with the way that we talk about boundaries because I think that we use the whole concept of boundaries to actually hide and to stay within our patterns. So I want to show you my view on boundaries, which is very different from what people say. See, I don't think that you have a boundary. I think you have two. Every boundary is actually split in two. So the first place where you can find yourself is the place of comfort and safety. This is your yes zone. It's like I feel comfortable, I like it, I know I like it, and I feel safe. Yes, a big, big, big yes. Then on the other spectrum is a place where you do not feel comfortable and you do not feel safe. That's the red zone. That's the no zone. And this is the categorical, firm, non-negotiable no. But then there is this part in between. And this is where lots of confusion lies. Because this part is where you feel still safe, but not comfortable. Okay, so you go comfort and safety to no comfort and safety, and you finally land in no comfort and no safety. So let's look at the middle one because see, this is very tricky because this is actually where the magic happens. That's your maybe zone. That's the exploration zone. And normally what people actually say, anytime people talk about boundaries, they say that when you start feeling not comfortable, say no. I do not agree, and I do not agree for two reasons. Number one, if it's a maybe and you say no, that actually dilutes your no. Because I want you to say no when you know it's a no. When you don't feel safe anymore and you say no, it has to be respected. It's like hands off. Hands off. I'm not asking, are you sure it's a no? A no needs to be a no. So when you start using no in moments when you're just not sure, your no loses the power. And secondly, if you say no in this part just like that, you're losing possibilities for growth, for healing, for trying new things. So for example, think, I don't know, anything you've wanted to do, maybe like a sex party or a threesome, or even like, sky jump, like jumping, how the heck bungee jumping. Oh my God, I just couldn't remember that. So anything that you haven't done that like on one hand you want to do, a part of you is excited to try it, and another part is like, oh, I'm a bit scared. This is this maybe zone. If you keep saying no, 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 no in this zone, you're never going to try new things. You're never going to open to new experiences, and you're never going to have these amazing experiences. This is the era where you learn. Okay, the yes zone, that's the zone of pure pleasure, but little growth. The maybe zone, it's where you grow. This is where you can discover that, wow, I actually really like that. Or you can also discover that, no, I actually don't. I don't really want to do it anymore. But at least you get to try. Now, what's very important in this phase is that you have to take ownership of your own well-being in this phase. It's actually super important that your partner knows where you are. Are you in the yes zone, the green zone, the yes, go for it? Are you in the maybe zone, or are you in the no zone? You have to communicate, because unless your partner knows that you're going to say these things, that you will say when you're entering the maybe zone, and you will say that you're getting to the no zone, he can or she cannot relax to just give you pleasure and be with you. They're continuously thinking like, is this okay for them? Like, do they like it? Am I crossing their boundaries? You have to take ownership for speaking out. Where are you out? where you are. So let's say you're in the yes zone and everything is amazing and you're enjoying yourself, and suddenly you start feeling less and less comfortable. Just say it. Say it to your partner, say that, hey, babe, okay, just so you know, I feel I'm getting a little uncomfortable. Can we slow down? And this is the magic. That's actually what you should be doing in the zone. Slowing down. So you don't stop, but you slow down. Super, super important, because you can only stretch your comfort zone gently and slowly. If you push too much, the rewounding can happen, because you don't even know when you suddenly jumped into the no zone. So remember, again, this is a tricky, it's like a minefield. You have to be very careful when you're in the maybe zone. So slow down and keep checking in with yourself. Like, let's say you're doing something that's new and you're like, okay, I keep checking in. Do I like it? Okay, I like it. Okay, let's go for it. And like, okay, I don't really like it anymore. I'm like, oh, something is coming up. Can we slow down, or can we maybe pause for now and try again another day? Okay? Now, what's very important is that you have to pay attention when you're getting closer to this no zone, which is no safety and no comfort, because this is actually which is very important. Because if you continue while you enter the zone, what can happen is re-traumatizing and re-wounding. Now, most of us, if not all of us, carry some painful memory, some trauma in the physical body. Okay, and actually the way we heal those traumas is that we kind of activate them, we let them move through our body, and then we let them go. But in order to do it, you have to feel safe. Because when you don't feel safe, what happens? You go back into the trauma. You are reliving the pain without releasing anything. Now, of course, when you go into the release of the trauma, of course, it's not comfortable. So that's not going to happen in the yes zone. It's going to happen in the maybe zone. But it's important that you have to keep feeling safe, because when you start going to the phase of feeling not safe, you're not healing anymore. You're actually re-traumatizing yourself, because now it's like it's going through the trauma again. It's like you had maybe one trauma, now you have two, because your body doesn't feel safe. So it keeps now tensing around this new experience. So safety is super important. And one thing that we need to remember is that safety is both objective and subjective. Objectively speaking, can be with a partner. Maybe you make love and there's this thing coming up in, like this old trauma is coming up. There's a chance to be released, right? Your partner is not your oppressor. This is not the person who hurt you in the past. So objectively, you're safe. But maybe in your mind, you don't feel safe because this feel got triggered. So it doesn't matter if the safety is objective or subjective. It still needs to be respected. It's about whether you feel safe. In fact, the trauma happens when subjectively you do not feel safe. So once again, okay, summing up, you have 3 zones and your boundary is actually double. Make sure when you are in your yes zone, say yes, out loud yes, own your pleasure. When you're in the maybe zone, slow down. And then when you enter the no zone, say no, and it's a firm, non-negotiable no. Let me know what you think about this approach to boundaries, and what's your experience with these 3 different zones, because maybe you've already felt it. How does it feel for you, and how comfortable do you feel telling your partner in which of these 3 zones are you right now? Would love to hear from you, and thank you for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to this channel, and also check in the comment below all the other social media where you can find me on Facebook and on my website and the newsletter if you want to know more, if you want to continue the conversation about relationships and sensuality in the conscious and healthy way. Thank you so much for tuning in. Mwah.